guys, this is Sado and I'm starting a stream right now. I just need a few more minutes before I can start properly. Okay, I think we can start. So sorry about the starting few minutes where I needed a bit more time. So yeah, hello everyone, this is Sado, and we're about to show you an exciting game. We're gonna just update the teams on the top. Forgot about it before. Whoops. Okay, should be fine. Sorry for the mess. Anyway, we can start. So yeah, like you can see, the teams are like left side is R.A4. This is a Group D game, by the way. R.A4 versus 300 FPS. Starting from the top. Sorry. Okay, the left side is actually 300 FPS. Sorry. So we're starting from the top for Max T, location 1, location 2, Max B. Coach is 12, also known as John Rambo. Location 3 and location 4 is for browaar. While the right side you have location 5 Laky, Slovakian player. Franco from Brazil. On 6, on 7 we have Abjab, and BlackPearl is playing location 8. Both of these players are from Netherlands, just like the Mexicans on the left are from Netherlands actually, as most of you should probably know. And we have 2 Polish people as well, browaar and coaches in the left side team. So, okay, before checking anything out here, it goes without saying that the left side 300 FPS is supposed to win this. They've been drawn from the first basket and are one of the few teams who are pretenders for winning the entire tournament. So on paper the chances of R.A4 are pretty slim, but I guess we'll see what happens. Like our previous game, the Grey Warden versus Beer has shown, everything is possible. We almost won this. Unfortunately, almost only, but it was very close, and you could see it on Stefan's stream, I guess. And also Kirill was streaming it in Russian. But anyway, this game shown that everything is possible, so let's not try to cross out this team just yet. I'm sure they'll do their best. There's some good spammers in this team. It's a pretty interesting map to play. To be honest, if I was trying to win against a good team, I wouldn't pick Final Frontier, but we'll see. So starting with Mexican team, one of the absolute top players right now. There's hardly any more, any better players in this game. Like overall, both when it comes to making bases and when it comes to fighting and general skills as well. So yeah, pretty good player indeed. You can see he's already taking the iron mines, which is quite early for this lock. This lock is known for being pretty hard with iron. Okay, see 4 fouls already, planning to make a bit more. This is pretty fast, these swine fouls. Of course the fouls were built quite early because this location allows you to make a farm before you can, well, basically at the start of the game, so before you can make the solving, which is pretty nice feature of this lock. Interesting thing is this quaddy here. You can see it has pretty amazing range, and it's indeed pretty useful because there's quite some distance between these two ends of the base, so it's nice to have some extra stone on the right side, on the left side. Sorry. So as you can see, I'm not quite sure whether it can reach anything other than these two tiles. Seems very unlikely, to be honest, but it's still pretty helpful for the first few minutes of the game. You can always make a few more stone bases later on, but I doubt this is needed right now. Well, the Zane thing to do is to make a lot of towers here and just set your army to the bottom. That's what everyone usually does. I think I'll try to show you the players in pairs, so I'll alternate switching between the left and right side teams. So I'll show you the counterpart of location 1, because every single lock on this map has its counterpart in the other team. So the island lock of the right side is location 8. We have BlackPearl here. I will say right away that I'm not too familiar with the players in the R.A4. I know Laky the best, pretty strong player, but probably not the level of 300 FPS, at least on paper, but I guess we'll see. I've heard good stuff about Abjab and BlackPearl. They're supposed to be pretty good spammers, but I very rarely see them in action myself, so it's hard to say what will happen, and I guess the time will verify those claims. I know almost nothing about Franco. I've heard this name a few times, but I've very rarely saw him play, so cannot see anything apart from what I see today. So yeah, location 8, which BlackPearl is playing, it's a pretty big lock as well. I think the iron is slightly less annoying here, but it's probably more like this location is pretty fun to play, while location 1 always felt like if I have to I play it, but it's pretty annoying. And location 8 is pretty nice. As you can see, you can spam a lot of farms here. You have loads of wood everywhere, pretty much everywhere. Just like on the top, same story goes with towers. You have to make a tower spam here and just send your army to the top. And of course as well here it's pretty hard to make a lot of iron, but he seems to be doing a good job so far, I think. How's his wood? It's fine, I guess. He needs one more. Ah, he has 3 zombies. Yeah, this base seems quite nice so far. I'm not too worried about BlackPearl, at least when it comes to the base building part. We'll see how it goes in battle. His teammate from location 7 is Abjab. I must say this is not too amazing, but you can see he's going for maybe for double iron even, because his location's upside is the fact that you have 5 iron mines, loads of coal, not a lot of space though. I believe this could be done in a better way. Needs a sort of roundabout here, for example. Maybe try to connect these two, but it doesn't. It isn't gonna help too much, I'm afraid. But yeah, you can't build a base on just this random road, which goes kinda around. Not gonna work too well. I'd probably make the stonemasons somewhere here as well, as you can see. This base is a pretty nice example of how it's important where you place those stonemasons. Actually, maybe these two are fine, because he's probably gonna make some more buildings there, and the road is not obstructed, so just like it's here. But you can see the serfs going from here have to go through the storehouse area, which is really bad idea. If you can avoid it, you should do something like maybe the 2 stonemasons on the top here, if he wants to build like this. This is stuff almost nobody pays attention to, but it's pretty important, I think. Anyway, I think the iron production should be quite nice, but I'm a bit worried, like I said, about the way his base building looks here. Okay, gonna take a look at this basic Mexican B, but I'll talk about it in a few seconds, because I need to do something real quick.
Channel switched.
Okay, so Max B here. Pretty nice woodcutters. Whoa, all of them in one spot. Okay. Okay, sorry, it took a few minutes anyway. You can see makes B pretty small base, I'd say. Like Abjab here, his location has 5 iron mines, 5 possible to make. But it seems pretty late and his base seems a bit too small, I'd say, like 5 farms and kind of strange iron production, I'd say. I don't think he's planning to have a lot on peacetime. Whoa, this doesn't look too good. I'm not sure what's the problem, to be honest. But yeah, the base looks pretty weird and I'm a bit unsure about the amount he can make. Not too many buildings. Pretty strange. Coach is 12. Okay, I'd love to say something bad about this base. Let's see, 6 farms. Iron should be kind of fine. Should probably make barracks soon. Yeah, I don't see many problems here. The iron is kind of far away as well. In pretty annoying spot. But you can see he managed to fit the buildings pretty well. Might need a bit more calls. No, it's actually pretty fine right now. Yeah, you can see this base seems to be working more or less. About 30 iron probably. Yeah, I'm not too worried about him. Seems like a nice pre-build, by the way. The base looks pretty lovely. Actually, when you take a look here, it looks lovely as well, but okay. So yeah, I think coaches should be fine. His counterpart on the right side, Franco. Good base. Oh, not too bad. The weapons should be fine. Should make the barracks a bit earlier, but whatever. Maybe a shortcut is needed here. The base doesn't look too bad, to be honest. Should have pretty decent army, I think. Not sure about got faulty leather jackets, I think, might make. Not exactly sure. Some horses, many, about 7 to 10 maybe. Okay, like I said, the base seems kind of fine. We'll see in a few more minutes if it's gonna be better than Cochise. And last guy here, Laky, playing on the hardest lock probably. I mean hardest, well, there are 2 ways to play it. You can play it as a leather lock, but nobody does that these days, to be honest. You can also play it as leather lock with very small, well, it's not small iron production, it's normal, like 3 iron mines and some coal, but the problem is it's very far away and The biggest problem with this lock is actually the fact that the stone is incredibly far away from this. So making the roads needs a lot of serfs and a lot of patience. Whoa, 92 serfs, really? 26 builders, this is pretty big. It's not the worst tactic to play such a big base for this lock, though. But he needs to, maybe he needs to pay some attention to whether he has food for all these serfs. Still, you can see most of them are standing still right now, but I'm pretty sure he's gonna make this base bigger and bigger with time. So this should be fine, I guess, in some time. He already has a lot, I'd say. This lock isn't too good for making rushy armies. Like I said, iron is pretty tough, and you need probably about 20 iron units. I mean, of course, swordmen and knights in that to consider your base a good base. As for the number of leather, I don't even want to count how much he can have. Probably the most important thing here is the wood production. It can't be too bad. I think this is a bit... 6 woodcutters. Over here. I have no doubts whether this is gonna work too well. Oh, by the way, I need here. Interesting. So far the food seems pretty nice, even if he doesn't have fisherman yet. I'll try to compare it with some other lock. Yeah, it's going down faster just like I thought. The amount of serfs is incredible. But he's gonna try and steal some fish from here. It's pretty hard for this lock to get fish, by the way. It's probably a bit easier here. Yeah. Even if... but you have fishermen here as well. This is pretty close. I wonder why this lock doesn't have this possibility too. This is pretty strange. Hole in the balance, I'd say. Could be a small lake here, for example. Everything would be better than this, but to be completely honest, maybe this lock doesn't really need a fisherman. This is actually a bonus, because you can have unlimited farms, really. Just make 2 more farms in a mill or something like this. Anyway, I see Laky's food is exceptional, and I'm not too sure about the weapons. Well, I guess we'll see soon. And finally, browaar's base, location 4. I think it's a bit more powerful than location 5. Slightly different. A bit smaller, and it's probably easier to make a compact base here because of the way you're gonna be building. Like, take a look here. On location 5 you have to go really fast to the top to get the iron in a reasonable amount of time. And you can see the core problems too. Yeah, but it's not exactly his fault. It's pretty hard on this lock to get everything right, even with that amount of serfs. While location 4 is a bit different in that regard, slightly less serfs. You can see the base looks more condensed. He made the farms and a few more buildings on the left side. While the heart of the city is here, and the roadwork is exceptional here. Even if there's some choke points, he's gonna likely be fixing them soon. Sometimes you can avoid it, but there's not many choke points, maybe a little one here. Because he's building where he needs to build, and keeping some space here for more buildings later. I also think this base is gonna be quite big. 7 working farms so far. 2 more here. Yeah. Most likely a woodcutter there as well. How's his wood production, by the way? It's not too bad. But only 6 woodcutters? Or 7? Where's the 7th one? Ah yeah, this one is 7. I thought there were only 5 on the top. So never mind, I guess. The army is going to look pretty nice. In 10 minutes he's probably gonna have about 40 jackets. Plenty of weapons. Maybe needs a bit more iron weapons, but there's still 10 minutes and he's gonna make... Okay, he's not making the second smithy actually. That's at least. So as you can see, he has 9 horses. This is quite a lot. So yeah, it seems like a pretty decent game from browaar. Let's take a look at Max T's base. Like I said, it's a pretty big lock and it's a bit hard to get a lot of iron. Interesting thing though, he's gonna make pikemen. I don't believe I ever saw Mexican team making pikemen army. Pike spam. Pretty strange. Not a lot of wooden weapons though. I hope he's gonna fix that soon. The amount of buildings, 43. Yeah, we should be fine in 10 minutes. Not even 8. Plenty of farms, 7. One more here. Yeah, doesn't seem too bad. Food should be fine. Whoa, food should be exceptional. You can see the tower wars have started already. I'd like to... Wait a second. Double rolled? Nah, I don't think so. I don't think Max T had a double road here. So we got hit under. Wait, Max B. Doesn't seem too bad. I know, I kinda expected worse from the way the things were looking before, but it was quite early when we were in that base. The ladder is not too good, to be honest. And, well, he probably needs to do something regarding the recruits, because in 5 minutes he's not gonna have enough, I guess, for everything. Well, actually, okay, he probably will have enough, but that's because he doesn't have that many weapons. He's gonna have about 35 iron units and about 20-25 leather. This isn't a lot. You can see Max's spam is going up. I think he'll catch up with the weapons. Yeah, pretty nice. John Rambo, like I said, I wasn't too worried about him, and I shouldn't be, to be honest. There's not a single flaw here, except for the amount of swords maybe, but this is not too important. He can catch up with this in no time, I guess. Pretty nice base, like I said. I'd like to find something to complain here, but that's impossible. Good job, coaches. Browaar, pretty similar to coaches in regards of what he has here, but better. Mostly because of the location he's playing, it's pretty good, but of course browaar is one of the top players as well. You can see it by these numbers here. He has everything he needs, no questions asked. This is gonna be a massive army with a lot of horses, pretty nice leather, about 50 on peacetime, yeah, lacking a few swords, but who cares? This isn't a big deal. So yeah, this is pretty nice, and let's take a look at the right side, because so far I'm pretty sure the left side is better. You know what, actually, give me a while. Going to make shortcuts to barracks in the meantime. It will come handy in 2 minutes. So Laky has nice horses. Not too bad, to be honest. This Loki is a bit more annoying than browaar's one, so he's bound to have a bit less. Still, it's not too amazing army. The iron should be fine. Like I said, it's pretty nice amount of iron for this lock. Horse is not too bad. The only complaint is the leather. Should be better. Definitely. Should be much better for this lock. Really. This is enough. Franco. You can see it's pretty similar to what Laky has. Not that great leather, but on this log it's fine, I guess. Too many swords. But it's general 30-30-10, it's not too bad, it's pretty nice. He needs a lot more leather jackets though to use these weapons. The weapons are really nice, by the way. So let's take a look fast. Abjab with strange combo without horses and a lot of swords, this can be nice. And BlackPearl, 21 horses. Like I said, again, this lock is pretty tough on iron, but not too much leather. So let's take a quick rundown again. Max T, pretty nice. Max B, it's fine. John Rambo and browaar, pretty nice. Well, so we have the really good spammers on the left side, plus Mexican B, who did his job. And on the right side we have for the people with not the worst armies, but I'm afraid they might be not good enough for this. If spam tells anything, then the left side's gonna win. So just like usual, we're waiting for players to come back from their break on peacetime. Okay.
Sound resumed. Sound muted. Sound resumed.
Okay, everyone, I'd like to I'd like you guys to welcome Tol.
Hey, how are you, Shadow?
Yeah, I'm fine. Hoping you're fine as well.
Yeah, I'm fine. I was wondering because you've only seen the first building part. Are there like people with strange strategies, or is it like the basic for everyone?
To be honest, I didn't really expect Maxi to go for pikes only. I mean pikes only, pikes mainly, and of course some leather, a few horses. But I see now he doesn't have that many pikes actually. It's kind of he has a mix of everything it seems.
Hmm.
But yeah, in
I've never
general,
seen Maxi on that location, by the way. Have you ever seen him there?
yeah, not really. So I was a bit surprised as well. But I think he played pretty well here. Pretty fast iron and quite nice leather, obviously.
Yeah,
Uh,
it looks good.
the left side played a pretty nice game, as probably everyone predicted. They have really nice spam, like 3 players with above 50 leather and at least 30 iron everyone. Seems pretty nice.
Hmm. You saw no major fuck-ups on any side?
Yeah, the right side played that stuff as well, but they have a bit less numbers, but it's still not the worst armies. I found Mexican B will have some problems, but he's lacking some recruits, I think. You can see in the barracks. There's plenty of weapons, like he could make 25 more soldiers at least.
Yeah, why is he playing with Remake color? Is it by accident?
I don't know, to be honest.
Hmm. Yeah, well, I heard rumors that Max B was practicing all games, day and night. But you know anything about this?
Not really.
Like practicing the locations and everything.
I don't know. But apart from not having too many recruits, I think it's not the worst game. The base didn't look too well in peacetime, but I think he should have been satisfied with the peacetime army, if not for the recruits, of course.
Yeah, if you go for the big iron locks, that's Max B plays that lock and the lock played by Abjab. I think most people think that lock 7, that Abjab lock is the best iron lock, but I personally think lock 2, where Max B plays, is the best location. But what do you think?
To be honest, I rarely play these locks, and one thing I found annoying when playing Abjab's lock was always the 2 iron mines here are a bit far away, and you can't really reach them too fast. I think it's a bit easier on the Max B's lock. Still, you can see he has only 3 iron mines, which is kinda weird.
Hmm. Yeah, I see. It's strange. When I play that lock, I usually go for swords and then get all 5 iron mines and make up swords with armory smithies and web smithies, and then go for pikes besides swords, like heavily on iron. It works pretty well there. And anything about coaches, like I haven't seen this guy play in probably 6 weeks or so.
Yeah.
But I don't play myself that much. But you think he's okay?
Yeah, he had really nice army on peacetime. I was pretty surprised actually, because I heard he didn't play that much, and whenever he played, it wasn't that good army. But what he did today was pretty amazing. In his team, I think only browaar had better army, and that's more because browaar's lock is better. They had pretty similar stuff. Of course, Mexi had pretty exceptional army as well. So yeah, coaches definitely played a very good game today. But let's see what happens on the bottom, because it seems like the left side is trying to surround Abjab. That's hard to pronounce it, right? Abjab. And BlackPearl. And they're about to attack, I think. In the meantime,
Yeah,
Mexi's
he does
pushing
move.
here.
Strange.
Yeah, he's gonna get caught soon. I don't understand this.
But it's a lot of swordsmen. How many are they? 40?
Yeah, Abjab had like 40-40 or a bit more on peace time. Still, he's gonna lose the mod soon if he plays like this. Oh, come on. Pretty bad catch.
United,
It's
come on.
GG. Needs to start shooting immediately. And his teammates have to help him, really. Come on. The problem here is that they don't have a lot of melee. Still, Abjab has so many swords that they're probably gonna survive, at least some of them. Maybe not. Too many shooters. Not gonna be too good. There's a small fight on the top here as well, some lost horses. And the top is completely... Yeah, nothing happens on the top. Okay, this could be better, really. It's not completely lost yet, but with this position they're gonna lose pretty soon. Abjab needs to do something. There's not much he can do though.
Oops.
Are you gonna reconnect? Ah, thank God.
User entered your channel.
Anyway, you can see it's pretty much GG on the bottom. Only BlackPearl's bowmen are not killed yet. So it seems pretty bad. So now we can see on the top Laky and Franco are attacking.
User in your channel
Hoping
timed
to
out.
hoping to kill Mexicans. But they really need to be faster.
Yeah, that Abjab lost 40 swords, but I saw browaar and KaM also lost all their swords. But it's too late now. Let's focus on top.
Yeah, I think Abjab should have split his swordman and attack from flank as well.
Yeah, of course.
There we go. Small fight on the top. It's interesting what will happen here, but I'm afraid the top's gonna lose. I mean the right, of course.
Look at KaM's horse there on the right side behind.
They're probably gonna die though. Or maybe not. Gonna be pretty even. Max B is going through. But it seems like both teams will lose a lot of melee. So maybe it's not that bad yet. Well, of course it's bad because Abjab city is invaded by enemy troops. And yeah, it doesn't look like the right side will win on top either.
Mm-hmm.
Oh well, pretty bad mistake from Abjab.
Yeah, but this was expected, of course,
Of
the
course.
outcome. But it's really fast.
Yeah, but you know, it's always annoying to see a game like this end like it ended. Because it's not like the right side had too few troops to try fighting. I think they had some. They were a bit lacking on the bottom maybe, but you know, it could be manageable if Abjab would fight a bit better. I can see even myself, like, you know, replacing him, and I'd probably know what to do to at least kill a bit more, even if we wouldn't win. So yeah, it could
Yeah,
be
this
better.
is an example, shows the rest of the viewers as well, that it's not really about numbers. You can have huge soldiers up, but it's all about fighting and team play. That's way
Of course.
more important.
Of course, we have to remember that the left side indeed had more than the right, but it's not the reason they won on the bottom. It's not the main reason. Like I said, he could have played this better with the troops he had. It was definitely enough to start the fight at least. Oh, wait a second. Seems like we've got a warning. No, wait. What are they talking about? Ah, yeah, Franco had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 9 towers, so he's gonna get a warning. Gonna take a look, but seems like other players are fine. 3, 4 from browaar, 5 from coaches, 5, 6 here, so this is fine. Yeah, Maxi should be fine as well. So yeah, Franco should get a warning. Because only 6 are permitted.
Yeah, that lock Franco is playing is arguably the best location. Maybe the best location in the whole Knights and Merchants, because it's the only location where I managed to make 50 swords, 50 bows in 60 minutes.
No horseman though. Did you manage to make any horses?
No horses, just 50-50, a little more than 50-50. I only saw Dan doing the same, but it's possible on that location. Yeah, Franco has towers on the bottom as well. It's really strange. Yeah.
Like I said, he made 9. And these 2 are not even useful, to be honest. I mean, in a normal game, I'd probably make them as well, right? Because you can never be sure these ones will be made. As you can see here, this one wasn't even completed.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, I played this map so many times for so many years now that I know all kinds of gameplay that's going on after peacetime here. And what you say is true, these towers here are not always made, because they're more to protect this player than actually this player.
Yeah. So why location 7 guy should care about his teammate, right? Sometimes we'll care more about these ones.
Why 2 towers? Why not just 1?
Yeah, also. Well, I don't know. This space looks better with 2 towers, I think. Yeah, like I said, this game shows that even if you can spam, and I think the right side did a pretty good job. They didn't do as much as the left side, but I think it's not really possible. There's not many teams who can manage to have as many troops as 300 FPS had today. Even on this map, which is, I believe, one of the easier maps actually. Depends on the lock, of course. But location 4, for example, it's pretty good lock. And There's more good locks, of course.
Yeah,
also.
the weakness on the left team is probably Max B because it's a very uncertain factor. He can play like a boss, but he can also fuck up. I've seen it many times.
Yeah.
And he's not really active these days, but I'm not. I think it's no surprise that Max T played on lock one instead of Max B.
Yeah, I think it was a pretty good choice for the left side, considering, well, you can put Max T on any lock and he'll most likely have a big army. And location 1 is, I think it's probably the hardest on the left side. What do you think?
Yeah. Rambo.
Many kills from the Polish wolves.
But that means that those guys on bottom right had a lot of troops to be killed for this kind of numbers. They had a lot of bows, I saw. Yeah, and Max T is probably the best player in KaM we have at this moment. I asked Razor about it yesterday because he's playing in the league against Max T. Max T is active in the league now as well. And I said, is Max T the best player we have? He said, yeah, probably it's the best player we have at this moment.
Yeah.
He can play on any lock and he rarely fucks up.
Yeah, and most important, he can also fight. Because we have some people like, for example, Kungen from Beer. He's pretty good spammer. Like, maybe better than Maxi. I'm not quite sure at the moment, but he's not as good at fighting. He's not bad, but it's not the same level. Maxi is simply playing for too long time, so he's just he has a lot of experience in both building and fighting, and it shows.
Yeah, and they have browaar, that guy used to be like some sort of sidekick from Remake and not even close to Remake gameplay, but he watched him so many times and copied his strategies and everything that he's now in the field of pre-building and everything. Browaar is probably the guy who has most perfection in locations, don't you think?
Yeah, I can agree with this idea, I think.
He rarely fucks up because he does it like the same thing over and over again. And I saw him play that location. He played very long time already. He played them many times.
So you're saying this is a pre-build? He was playing here.
I didn't watch like the first hour, but does that guy ever play without pre-builds?
To be honest, I wasn't ever interested about this, so I don't really know. But it's likely that he's using pre-builds. The city looked really nice today, and it definitely looked like a pre-build. Just like Coach's base as well. It shows, especially in Coach's base, that everything was so, even and well thought out that it must have been some kind of a pre-build.
Of course. He is Mr. Pre-build himself.
Of course, it's Coach's. Come on.
Yeah, of course. Come on.
I believe someone said that on chat
there.
already.
I saw him play there many times on that location, and that lock used to be like the mirror lock from the other side, lock 6, what I say, best lock probably in the whole of KaM. But for some reason, people have less army there, and you really need to play there for several times to get good armies, because I used to struggle there as well. The last 2 games I played there on John Rambo's lock, I had really nice armies, because iron is relatively close.
Yeah, on 6 is a bit further away.
So that's always nice. Remember those days where Kosis played on lock 5 here on this map?
Oh yeah, he used to pick 5 all the time, especially on this map. I think 5 is his lucky number or something, because he used to pick 5 on different maps as well.
He always fucked it up. Like, he had like a monster leather, like really impressive. Like what is this? Like 80 leather or something, but then only 5 swords. Constantly, all the time the same. But it was funny.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's probably one of the biggest locks we have in KaM. I rarely see people setting off both entrances with towers because it's just too hard.
Yeah. Like you saw today, there was no towers at all on the bottom, but that's probably more because of the tower limit. Because the usual strategy for this map on the locks 1, 4, 5 and 8, so the ones where you have a bridge, is to just tower spam the bridge and also make some towers on the second entrance to the lock. Well, of course, 1 doesn't have a second entrance and 8, same story. But 4 and 5, you kind of have to make a lot of towers on the bridge and at least 4 more on top.
Yeah.
On bottom, depending on which lock we're talking about.
Last time I played on this map, it was with the tournament organizer Mercenary, and I said, "Did we ever play together? Yeah, let's play together then." So I played with all Russian guys, and we had also a position on the right side. The bottom two locks were gone, and then I picked lock 6 because most of the time I play lock 5 because nobody wants to play them. He whispered to me like, "Hey, Toe, can you please take that other location?" So I played it again, and I had actually the most troops there. If you set it up good with enough leather, then you can have a really good spam on location 5.
Yeah, of course. Ladder. I mean, today I think Laky was playing there, and I think his ladder could be a bit better on this lock. Iron was pretty nice because it's a bit hard there, you know. I think he had something like 23 iron shields and armors and a bit less swords, maybe about 20. But it's not too good, not too bad. I mean, because iron is pretty bad here. But the worst part was that he had about 35 ladder, which is not too good for this one, I think.
Yeah, I still have stats here for me. I see that he had like 25 shields and armors. Let me check the swords.
You see?
It's 20, 21 swords or something like that. But the problem is with those big locations, especially log 1 and 5, they seem to be the hardest, that people are used to do their own gameplay in every game. And I think it's really important to look at how the log plays. And if you play on log 5 or log 1, I see a lot of time people fuck up leather because they want to have also iron. But in my experience, it's better to choose, like set up big leather and then some late iron. You have like more tools.
Yeah, definitely. Location 5 is well, you kind of have to choose there if you want to have some iron, not too much, but you know, reasonable amount. Then you probably have to rush there. You can make some farms on the way, but kind of screws up you the way your base will look, I think. So I always found it fun to build on location 5, but I've never been able to make a really effective base, even for my standards, you know.
Yeah, well, I've played so many times that for me it's not a real problem, but also not guaranteed because anything can go wrong. And about making towers and everything, and I used to set off like the bridge with towers and that second gap after peacetime because I have my army there anyway, so that's no problem. Do you still have the statistics open?
Yeah, I do.
Because I see that like BlackPearl has least soldiers defeated. It's probably because he was not, what I saw in that fight, that he was not really shooting with all his bows at the time Abjab swords were catched, so he can learn from that thing.
Yeah, I
But
should have mentioned this.
But he has most knights made.
Yeah, these knights were
No.
caught on the top by coaches and browaar, I think, so he lost them pretty quickly. He wasn't too good in that fight either. I said I focused on Abjab, but I should have said something about BlackPearl as well, because he really should have tried to use his bows a bit more. I must admit though that his position was a bit bad, because he only had, I think he had some knights on the bottom, and that was his all melee there, while browaar had quite some melee troops on the bottom, and it was pretty hard for BlackPearl to KaM and start shooting, because in a few seconds he'd get attacked from multiple sides by browaar. So that's also the reason they lost. The position wasn't too good. But that's probably mainly because Abjab's swords were caught in a weird way. They should have.
Of course, but
yeah.
what will you do in such a situation? You know that your teammate is caught and you have bows in the area. Will you shoot and help defeat as many enemy soldiers as possible, or just like retreat because you're afraid?
Probably shoot, and I would try to. I think he had like 6 or maybe 8 horses, so I'd try to divide them and buy as much time as I can on the bottom and shoot as much as I can. That's probably the only thing he can do. Because, like you say, the actual problem was that Abjab got caught, and he just had to help him somehow. But sometimes it's pretty hard to make a right decision in a situation like this, especially in a tournament game, you know.
Yeah, but even if they won it there on bottom, it would be really hard, because I saw after peacetime that B was trading for horse in the marketplace. You can also see it in the stats. You look the horse stats from Max B, they go up in the end. So they should have had a hard time anyway, probably.
Yeah, but they could try to win the first fight. I'm not sure if they would win, because the left still had quite a few soldiers. The Polish guys on the bottom spammed pretty well, so there was not that much chance. But yeah, definitely this mistake has set up the game for the left side, and it was too easy.
What I noticed that was browaar and Kosis, also because they have some horse, but they didn't have like such numbers as swordsmen as Abjab had, and he didn't have horse himself, of course. But if he had like a right catch with those guys, because they're almost one. You've seen it. If they had right catch, then those Polish guys were screwed.
Yeah, you might be right, because I was pretty surprised to see that that many swords survived the first battle against coaches. So if Abjab, like I said, if Abjab divided the troops and tried to attack from 2 angles, you know, trying to kind of surround coaches and then finishing him off quick enough, then it could have worked, and he could try to defeat browaar later.
Yeah, well, defeat is like a thin line here. I can imagine if Kosis and browaar lost, I can imagine the raging from Max D from top 1. God, you fucked it, you fucked it.
Yeah.
It would be nice for the outcome if there was something strange happened like that, but I didn't really expect this for them to go wrong. Did you?
You mean you didn't expect 300 FPS to lose, right?
Yeah.
I do not, to be honest. Before we played versus Beer, I thought that there would be no problems at all for the first basket teams, like Beer, 300 FPS, Istar, maybe with the exception of R.A4, because I think the recent loss versus Faceroll was kind of expected, to be honest. Pretty strong team from with Desti, Rakieta, Senti and Dima. And to be honest, I'm not really sure why they weren't in the first basket, but that's another story. But anyway, going back to what I said before, after we played versus Beer and we very nearly had a win, it was very close. I started thinking that maybe mod teams have a chance. I was kind of expecting, and I know the 300 FPS team also kind of expected something like a horse rush, even if I'm not sure if it would work here actually that well, but they kind of expected it.
You think that was the reason they made pikes, like in above average
Yeah.
numbers?
Yeah, Maxi had quite some pikes. Yeah, so I think
well,
it was
makes
expected.
sense. Yeah, well, too bad I didn't spectate that game you played against Beer, because when I saw it back, that replay, I was like, there's really nothing that Zoatora and Dan could have done. And you are right about teams that arguably are less good as better teams, that they should horse rush. And it was successful, but then again, take into consideration that it was also on that large Thunder map. You know, if you are playing on a little bit smaller map, horse rush is really hard to pull off.
We really tried to eliminate the maps that will not be nice for us. I don't remember which ones we eliminated. Probably Ridgeland was eliminated along with the Final Frontier and maybe one more map. But we were very surprised because before the game we were even speaking with each other like, okay, the one map that would work best for horse rush tactic, which we had in mind, would probably be Iron and Gold. We just have to rush location 1 and it's gonna be possible to win this. And guess what? They had like 3 maps left to choose, because we were choosing locations, so they had extra map ban at the end. And they were like, okay, let's play Iron and Gold, because I remember Sado hates this map. And it was funny. Because we wanted this freaking map and they chose it.
Yeah, but then again, I noticed also that you, Sado, are playing way better, at least the building part. You say like multitasking is a problem for you, but then if I compare your gameplay now with gameplay like year before or even longer, well, it's going way better.
Yeah, I think you might be right, but I still have big screw ups. Yeah, sometimes bigger, sometimes smaller, but played 2 days ago and it was pretty bad.
You can say that for everybody. Every game has fuck ups. The last game we now did with Abjab was also a huge fuck up, but there are also plenty of minor fuck ups. Everybody makes fuck ups, but the person who does least fuck ups usually wins. But the most nice games I know of are where the loser has the most kills. You know, those kind of games, they're like pretty rare, but they're usually the nicest games.
Okay, I think we can finish this stream right now. So yeah, thanks to everyone for watching this. It's a shame that Toad didn't join at the start. Probably didn't know about the fact that the game will be played.
Yeah, there are more games, huh?
Not for today. Actually, we were supposed to play today, but there was some communication problems, and I think it's not gonna happen. We can still try if the R.A team wants, but might be too late for them as well. So yeah, I think that's it for
we
today.
see what the future brings. So no big deal.
Yeah, there's still one more week for the tournament games. The deadline for their first, I think it was 15th May, but I'm not sure. Maybe it's 13th, so the end of the weekend. But I'm pretty sure most games will be played at Saturday and Sunday in 1 week. I'm not sure if we'll be able to show them because, well, I haven't invested yet, so probably not gonna stream this, but I can try maybe if there's some Sunday games. So yeah, I guess we'll see about it. So yeah.
And will you only stream, or if you miss a game, you will also do a replay with commentary like normal shoutcast?
I could think about this, you know. This could be a nice idea. You think I should do it like live or just record it and...
Yeah, live is better, of course. And but if you miss one because you cannot catch anything, probably, then it could be nice if you do some extra offline.
Just like the old showcast. I think about it, but I'm not sure if there were many nice games so far. I think, well, it could be kind of weird to cover my own game, but it was probably the one with most unexpected result. The other games were kind of short, but maybe I would still like to show the result of Face Roll versus R.A4, because it was the game I was... I wanted to stream this one the most, but I wasn't available here yesterday, and I didn't even know they played. I think they played yesterday or the day before, I'm not sure. But yeah, I could probably try to show this one.
But if you talk about unusual gaming, I wasn't there, but wasn't there a game where Nachmar and his teammate lost horribly? Or was it another tournament?
It was the other tournament, the one before, the 2 versus 2 one. So Desti and Rakieta, whose other name is Nachtman, by the way, played against Boss and Stocky? I'm not quite sure right now because it was some time ago. I think it was...
Stocky, the one who is missing for some weeks. Yeah.
Indeed. Yeah,
let's hope he will return. I thought it was nice to do this with USADO, and let's see if it has. We can continue to do maybe some more in the future.
Yeah, I'd love to. Okay, so I think I'm gonna end this right now. So thanks to everyone who was watching. Thanks to To for joining me for some after peacetime talk and commentating. And we'll try to be able to get a few more streams for this tournament.
Okay. Oh, nice.
Okay, see you everyone.